There were some fighters that would die from the results of a fight. Some would concuss in the ring, some would afterwards, but eventually they would, perish from that.
There was one professional boxer named Shawn Thomas, a local favorite, had one of the greatest records ever by an amateur in the city of Kalamazoo.
My brother Shawn, he led the way. He had won several Southwest Michigan boxing champions, AAU championship, ranked #1 in the nation. I started also being trained by my brother Shawn. I started learning the fundamentals at home with him. He was funny, he always cracked jokes, and he drew people like a magnet. And we were the Boxing Thomas brothers. In 1983 and 84, my brother Shawn turned pro.
I helped him sign his first professional contract.
Shawn, going into the 84 and 85 season, had got so good that he was now getting ready to fight for the ESPN championship. We were sitting at home watching Shawn fight for the ESPN championship, my mother and myself. He's fighting, I believe, the Tennessee Rebel. He's hitting behind the head, and Shawn is complaining.
He was leaning outside of the ropes. His opponent started hammering him, and he sort of fell out of the ring.
This guy is steadily hitting him in the back of the head. But the ref says, hey, I'm the ref, you keep on fighting.
He leaned against the ropes, the fighter was hitting him. It was illegal punching.
Shawn caught an aneurysm in the back of the head, ended up going to the hospital, and about a month later, it was all over.
I was here, and I said, where is Shawn Thomas? So they said, Henry, you don't know about Shawn? I said, what you mean I don't know? Where is he? They said, Shawn Thomas is dead, Henry, he's passed.
I stopped boxing the day he died. Because that was my best friend. He got me into boxing. And I felt like if they could let him die in the ring like that, it could happen to me.
If I would have been around, he'd be living. Because the minute that he said he couldn't see, or his head snapped back several times because the referee is not doing his job, I would have stopped the fight. You don't have to get the referee, just go up the steps, and when you go up the steps and you're on the apron of the ring, the fight is over. It would have been over, you see?
My mother literally drove me out of boxing. She'd be staring at you while you're training, you know what I mean? And I was the baby of the family. You just don't want to disappoint your mother.
I was very fortunate to be part of a committee that recommended safety aspects in the game of boxing. It included allowing boxers the option of using headgear and also the implementation of thumbless gloves.
I believe that all the kids, young kids, need to have safety helmets on at all times in the ring.
I think it's a necessity that there should be some headgear. And I talked to some guys that I fought with, and they probably need a little more headgear. Just their cognitive reactions are, they were a fighter.
I personally don't think the headgear was a benefit. It helps prevent cuts, but it actually, I think, creates more damage when you get hit. I don't have the peripheral vision that I would have without a headgear on, and so I'm more susceptible to getting hit with hooks.
After about 6 years of competitive fighting, it was getting next to me mentally, where I found myself not being able to complete a sentence. I would take a break every year after that.
I know a number of fighters who they've lost their some of their mental faculties. They do twitch. They have equilibrium problems.
The young fighters today should have headgear. They should wear some protection.
Athletes, whether you're a boxer or a professional football player or a baseball player, you get you get used to that adrenaline. You get addicted to the adrenaline. So when they quit fighting or quit playing sports, then they get that rush from something else, whether it's drugs or alcohol or whatever. And that affects your mental faculties too.
Even though my brother has passed away in the 85 and 86 year, you know, I have great memories. I know he's not shortchanged because he was a champion. It was just a fluke thing that does happen in boxing. People can get critically hurt, you know, and you got to know that.
Back then, we did not wear headgear. Back then, we didn't wear a shirt. One thing I want to say about boxing, it's a lot safer now.